Dear Diary, this week kicked off with a murder. Specifically, the discovery of the night watchman's lifeless body in the murky swamp near the Metropolis Munitions Works.
Flash! Following closely in the wake of a series of baffling crimes, the body of an elderly man has just been found in the marsh flats outside
There were
the city.
suspicions of saboteurs and spies at the defense plant.
Metropolis Munitions plant.
There's a story, or I'm no reporter.
He is believed to be the victim of an organized ring of saboteurs.
The mystery surrounding his death ignited my reporter's instincts, and I couldn't shake the feeling that there was a story waiting to be unraveled at the munitions plant.
Everybody interpolates me name wrong. It's Lois. L-O-U-I-S. Lois. Louise. Lucy. Now I'm so mixed up, I don't know who I am.
Undeterred, I went undercover at the plant after a meeting with the plant supervisor. There, I encountered the new night guard, a kindly, white-haired old man named Bob, leaving the personnel manager's office. My job was tedious, but enjoyable nonetheless. In my free time, I usually paint at home. I'm no Picasso, mind you.
Report upstairs, 12 o'clock. Very important. Report upstairs, 12 o'clock. Very important.
While working on the factory floor, I overheard the foreman was informing workers about Mr. Jones, one of the supervisors, summoning them to his office upstairs at noon. Intrigued, I decided to eavesdrop, only to discover Mr. Jones's nefarious plan to blow up the factory. The nightlights were rigged to a case of dynamite, and it was revealed that the workers had killed the night watchman to cover their tracks.
It's wired to the switch on the plant floor below. When the new watchman pulls that switch tonight, the whole place will...
However, my cover was blown when the criminals discovered me eavesdropping. A thrilling chase ensued. I quickly ran down a set of stairs and up the next one. As you probably know, dear diary, Lois Lane is no damsel in distress, no matter what my critics say. Using my skills, I jumped across a window ledge and onto beams. I did my best to evade capture, running along the uppermost beam. One of the saboteurs followed, attempting to catch me. Realizing another was approaching from behind, I swiftly changed direction. Sliding down a support beam one level, I found myself in a situation reminiscent of the volcano saga. The henchmen remained relentless in their pursuit. I wish my high school gymnastics coach, Mary Lou Retton, could see me now. She would be proud. Despite my efforts, I was captured by the big, burly foreman, bound, gagged, and loaded into a test torpedo with dynamite. What is it with these men always wanting me bound and gagged? Unbeknownst to me, Old Man Bob tried to come to my rescue, but he was incapacitated by the villains. The foreman dropped tons of scrap metal on him, seemingly crushing him. The criminals, as I later found out, were part of the Crime Syndicate of America. They were sabotaging our war effort for the highest bidder, with no allegiance to their own country.
Hello, Jones. We're ready for the test. Send out the torpedo immediately.
Immediately.
Their endgame was to blow up the munitions plant to the ground, along with all the weapons.
Here comes the torpedo now, and that old hulk out there is a target. Naturally, for experimental purposes, there is no explosive in the torpedo.
As luck would have it, with unparalleled speed, the ever-faithful Superman soared to the testing range, where the torpedo containing me was hurtling toward its target. In a breathtaking display of strength, Superman dove into the water and swam at super speed, intercepting the torpedo, preventing disaster, safely redirecting the torpedo to the ground and freeing me from my precarious confinement.
Miss Lane. Miss Lane, are you all right?
Superman, they're about to blow up the plant.
Once safe, I quickly briefed Superman on Mr. Jones's plan to destroy the munitions factory. Superman confronted the villains, thwarting their attempts to activate the deadly switch. Superman went to town on them as if he were the brown bomber himself, Joe Louis. However, Mr. Jones, desperate to salvage his plan, attempted a final act of sabotage by steering a truck loaded with dynamite toward the factory.
Superman!
Like a boxing champ, Superman knocked out all 3 henchmen.
Superman! Look out!
In a heart-stopping moment, Superman hopped into the truck, redirected the truck, and drove it off a cliff while still inside it, saving the plant from certain destruction. Unscathed, he left the scene as Mr. Jones, the foreman, and the workers were arrested for their crimes. In a surprising twist, I revealed to Clark that I had known he was the night guard all along. He couldn't fool me, no matter what disguise he wore. We all know Superman possesses superhuman strength, speed, and endurance. He is also capable of flying and has X-ray vision. But, for the life of me, I had no clue that Superman could swim underwater at super speed. My question for you, my dear diary, is, what if we had an underwater equivalent of Superman? Let's call him Aquaman, for example. Would that Aquaman be faster than our Superman? I think not. Just some food for thought. What do you think? Until next time, my dear diary, yours, Lois Lane.